Hey cruisers, I'm Sherry with Cruise Tips TV. Have we been bombarding you guys with videos this week? I'm sorry, I know we have a lot going on. I hope you have enjoyed them. We have had so many things that we have done in this last week on Cruise Tips TV. I hope that most of you got to see my husband's extreme packing video. If you haven't seen it yet, what it is it's packing for men, or anyone really, in kind of a compact fashion. So everything from the way that my husband folds and organizes his clothes to the way that he packs them is totally different from the way that I pack. So he got behind the camera one day while I was at work, and unbeknownst to me, by the way, and put together this awesome episode for you guys, and it has been really well received. The main comment that we got this week, if you have read the comments or you watched it, I can hardly say this without laughing. Aside from the fact that people liked the video, everybody wanted to know where his underwear were. So for those of you who are wondering why my husband forgot his underwear, he didn't. You just didn't know that he was folding them. He actually folded them right along with his shorts, but really probably, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe half a dozen people said, he forgot his underwear. He's going commando all week. So no, he didn't. They are there. I thought that was hilarious. So thank you guys for being so nice to him. It was something totally different. As you know, he's always behind the camera, not in front of the camera. So this was really new, and I'm excited for him. So that was great. We're still working on our vlogs. When we got back from our cruise, things got so busy between work and the holidays. Editing has just, I keep getting more and more behind, so please forgive me. We have so much more good stuff to share with all of you, but it's probably gonna take me a few weeks. We have, the next vlog coming out will be of a sea day, where we did some very exciting and special things. I think most of you have been following us on Instagram and Facebook, know that we got to visit the bridge and meet the captain on this cruise, so you're going to be seeing that in a coming vlog. We also had an incredible day in beautiful tropical Puerto Vallarta and had some really high adventure fun. So you should be seeing that vlog too. And then there were a few sea days after that where we did a lot of other things. So please be patient with me while I edit those vlogs. It's, for some reason, it's a lot easier to edit them when I'm on the ship and I'm not working and doing things full time than it is when I actually get home. So coming soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully we'll be getting those out within the next 2 to 3 weeks, all of them. Hope that timeline is helpful. What else do we have going on here? We have a really, really special video coming for you guys this Thursday, 2 days from when you actually see this episode right now. It's something that we had been planning on doing for about 6 months before our cruise, and I really hope that you'll tune in on Thursday to watch our very special video. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss it, and please let us know what you think in the comments when you see that video come out. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll leave it at that. A little mystery is always good, right? So for now, let's get to some of the questions from our subscribers and some of the tips from our subscribers this week. Our first question comes from one of our friends on Facebook, one of our subscribers on Facebook, Janelle. And Janelle has been on a lot of cruises, but never bothers with the main dining room because for formal night, she's just kind of feeling like, how formal is formal? You know, can I go if I'm not a dressy kind of person? Janelle said her idea of dressed up is like black slacks, a step above a t-shirt, and shoes a tad nicer than her Vans, and she's avoided formal night because of it, and she wants to know what I think. Janelle, I don't want you to miss out on formal night. I think you're going on a Carnival cruise over Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. And I've got to tell you, you're going to see people in the main dining room on formal nights that are dressed considerably down. Of course, people, we want to say go formal on formal night, but formal night means something very different to everyone. I have seen t-shirts in the dining room. That's pretty discouraged, and I wouldn't recommend it. What you do want to avoid is simply going to the dining room in what could be considered like pool wear or something overly casual. So things to avoid would be probably flip-flops. Yeah, you're gonna leave your Vans back at the room, I'm sure. Torn jeans at all, shorts, and any kind of pool wear, like a beach cover-up type of a thing wouldn't be acceptable. Other than that, it's okay for you to wear the black slacks that you suggested. It's okay to wear whatever shirt that you want that you're comfortable in, as long as it is what you said, a step above a t-shirt. I've seen so many different types of things in the dining room. And I have traveled with people before who have not really dressed formally at all for the dining room. They did take it up a notch, whatever that might have meant to them. I remember that someone that I was traveling with, really, she doesn't own anything other than like stretchy black pants and oversized sweaters and sandals. And that's what she wore on Formal Night. She wore a nice sweater. I think it had like a couple of sequins on it or something, and her stretchy black pants and a nice pair of sandals. And that really was fun. I feel like I have something on my face and it's driving me crazy, so I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyway, Janelle, that was a really good question. I know a lot of people feel the same way that you do about Formal Night, but please don't avoid the main dining room, and please let me know how your cruise goes and how your outfits come together for your cruise. Can't wait to hear. Next question is from Stella. Stella is from Brazil, and she is going on an awesome cruise in July on Norwegian. Listen to this, an 11-night Mediterranean cruise. Stella, first of all, I am jealous. Of course, you always hear me talking about how jealous I am of everybody's cruises here, but that one sounds amazing. Janelle wants to know how many formal nights there are going to be on Norwegian, but she already knows that Norwegian is freestyle and that she doesn't necessarily have to dress up. Stella, to answer your question quickly, I think the answer is there will probably be two formal or not nights. Now, the thing that's confusing about Norwegian is they don't really, and I've really got this fuzz. Oh, there, I found it. Thank you. Oh my goodness. They really don't play up the formal nights, and they do make it hard for you to find out when the formal nights are. So when formal night rolls around on the cruise, you're gonna see a little tiny bit of fine print in, I think they're called the Freestyle Daily on Norwegian, and it's gonna say something like, tonight is dress up or not night. So it's kind of elusive. My recommendation to you is that when you get on the ship, go to guest services and just ask them on day one, but I would not pack more than 2 formal night sets of attire for you and your traveling companions. That should be enough. I would be shocked if there were more than 2. Hope that answers your question. Have a wonderful time in the Med. I would take your dressy clothes with you though, because come on, it's Europe, it's the Mediterranean. It'll be nice to dress up. I think you'll have a wonderful time. Send me some pictures when you get back. Next, Cherry Vlogs asks about the Carnival Hub app, which is Carnival's little app that you can use on board on your smartphone, and wants to know if you're charged for Wi-Fi while using it because you have to communicate using the ship's Wi-Fi. And the answer, Cherry Vlogs, is no, you are not charged for the Wi-Fi. You can use the Wi-Fi for the app at no charge, as is the case with most cruise ship apps. Hope that helps. Cheryl John stoutly asks, they kind of shared a long comment with us, but really what they wanted to know is where in the world that we have cruised. They like longer cruises just like we do, and so I will tell you where we have cruised, Cheryl John stoutly. I don't know if you're Cheryl or John or both, so I'm going to address you as Cheryl John. But we have been on many, many cruises to the Mexican Riviera, quite a few cruises to Alaska, and we have also sailed the Caribbean. We've also been to Canada and New England on a cruise. Honey, did I forget any cruise locations? I don't think I did, right? We've been on a lot of land vacations that weren't cruises to other places. My husband and I lived in Europe for about a year, a long time ago, before we were married. And I've also been to Australia and New Zealand with my family when I was a teenager. So we've traveled a lot, but those are the places that we have cruised. Thank you for asking. That was a nice question. Brandy Crossley asks where we found out about all the excursions that we booked before our last cruise. Brandy has obviously been watching our vlogs and seeing all the fun things that we did in the Mexican Riviera and the Sea of Cortez. Brandy, I booked and researched every single one of them through TripAdvisor. I just feel comfortable on TripAdvisor. I like the pictures. I like the reviews. I feel like it's really truthful, honest, and consistent. So that's where we found all of those. Brandy's second question was I using my waterproof iPhone case that I got? Brandy subscribes to our other channel, which is called Cruise Gear, and saw our review, or our preview really, of an iPhone case that I got that's like a waterproof pouch. And the answer, Brandy, is yeah. I used it a lot on this last cruise. So when I was in the pools and hot tubs, you saw me using it. You also saw me using it when we were swimming with the whale sharks and right when I jumped in to swim with the sea lions, but we had some issues with it. It was a little murky. That was the first problem, a little foggy, but the biggest problem was I couldn't get it to start. We had some issues with that, and I don't know if it was my phone or the case or what it was, but if you're just sitting in the pool or hot tub, it's great. But if you're snorkeling and you're trying to get it working and there's like a giant whale shark passing by, I would not pack it again. I would take a GoPro and leave that sucker behind because it was not that reliable. So sorry to report that, but that is indeed the case. Commander Shepard has a really good question about tendering. Commander Shepard says, would you still go down to get a tendering ticket on Princess if you book a shore excursion through them? Love the video and vlogs. Okay, awesome question. And the answer is no, you don't have to get a tender ticket if you have a shore excursion booked through your cruise line, Princess or whatever cruise line. On your shore excursion ticket that they give you to give you your details and your meeting time, they're going to tell you to meet somewhere else. They're going to tell you to meet in a lounge or in a main area, and then they're going to escort you with priority, by the way, right off that ship and onto a tender. Hope that answers your question. Thank you so much. That's an excellent one, and I forgot to mention it last week, so good job. Okay, Britton M has a loaded question for me. This is a really hard one, but a good one. What do you think about the best cruise line for kids? Well, Britton, everybody else out in the world would say Disney because, hello, it's Disney and it would be great for kids. But guess what? It's not that affordable. I personally cannot afford to sail with Disney. I would love to, but that's not something that I even really research anymore because I could take 3 cruises for the price of 1 on Disney. My second choice for kids is really Carnival. Camp Ocean, Carnival's kids program, is incredible and kids love it. With that said, last year we went on a Norwegian cruise, and on the Norwegian Jewel, the kids programs were outstanding. Our son did not participate in the structured kids program, but he did pop in on a few things like make your own, making pizza with the staff, doing cupcake stuff, and I saw so many kids having a great time on Norwegian. Most of the large cruise lines have excellent programs. I would say that, Norwegian, Princess possibly, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean are all incredible. Princess and Celebrity are slightly more adult geared cruise lines, but they're also going to accommodate kids. But with that said, I'd have to give Carnival my vote on that. Next up today, Night Audit asks a great question about laundry. Question is that when you do laundry on board, he's heard that sometimes the laundry can come out smelling a little bit funky or a little bit off, and wants to know if I can comment on that. And I can say, Night Audit, that when we've had our clothes, when we launder our own clothes in the guest laundromat, we've never had a problem with that. Of course, it kind of grosses you out to think you're using a public washing machine, and I sort of feel that way, so I always use like the super hot setting to like kill any germ that might be in the washing machine. But no, they don't smell. I've actually noticed them to be maybe a little funky when I send the laundry out. So for example, on some cruise lines, they have that special where you can fill a laundry bag and you can have the entire laundry bag stuffed to the gills laundered for like, I don't know, maybe $15 to $30. And that laundry that comes back, yeah, I would say it does smell a little bit funky. I'd rather do it myself, even though it's more work, it's cheaper and it's better. So that was a funny question. Thank you for that. Okay, our next question comes from, wait for it, Poopdeck Productions, Inc. Poopdeck Productions says, I'm an 11-year-old taking a cruise with my family on Harmony of the Seas. You lucky dog. They're going for 7 days in April 2017 and they need some tips. So, all right, I have a challenge for you, Poopdeck Productions. I'm not going to give you tips. You can watch all the tips in the world on our channel. We have a million tips for you. I instead am going to give you, my friend, a challenge. I challenge you to go on the Ultimate Abyss, that crazy dry slide. I challenge you to shoot you, your friends, and your entire family with water cannons at Splashaway Bay. That's number 2. Number 3, I challenge you to catch a 3D movie. Number 4, I challenge you to go zip lining. And number 5, I challenge you to watch the high divers in the Aqua Theater. You get extra credit if you go, well, what are the other things I wanted you to do? Oh yeah, flow rider, rock climbing wall, extra credit. But all those other things, if you do all those things, get in touch with me when you get back. I will give you a major shout out on our channel. All right, now, because I'm a mom and you're 11, I'm gonna give you some mom tips too. And these are things that your mom's gonna tell you anyway, I'm sure. But you need to be careful, wear your sunscreen. I believe you're going on a Caribbean cruise, right? Pack comfortable shoes, be safe, be careful, have fun with your family and friends, and let me know if you meet the challenge when you get back. Let's see here. We've got, I already answered that question from Stella. Okay, we've got a double click there. Sorry guys. We have a couple of really cool tips from our subscribers. You know, we love hearing from you on the little tips that you have. We have learned so many things over the years from you guys, and we have 2 of those things today. One of them is from Douglas Patchnick. Hope I said your name right, Douglas. Sorry. Douglas said Princess Cruises is now doing a photo package of $199 for the first leg of the cruise and $49.99 for the second leg. Plus you can get a flash drive of all your photos as well as the printed ones. Now, Douglas, I saw a slightly different package when I was on my cruise, meaning that on my cruise, on a 10-night Princess cruise, I think that you could get all of your photos from the entire trip for $199 plus that cool little ship-shaped flash drive. And we had not planned on taking photos on this cruise, or else I would have budgeted for that, saved money. Without a doubt, having a personal photographer for 10 nights and getting all that for $200 would be a steal. So thank you so much for this wonderful tip, Douglas. I think Princess is totally leading the industry with their photo packages right now. It's really, really smart. So good one. Steve Roth has another tip for us. Steve has been subscribed to our channel for a really long time and recently went on a cool cruise. And Steve was talking a little bit about how he enjoys the planning aspect of the cruise and how they plan their cruises 10 to 12 months in advance, which allows them to kind of gradually budget and add items month by month, like shore excursions, specialty dining, things like that. But Steve's tip for you guys is that Norwegian, for example, and Norwegian is really the best example of this right now, still has the complimentary perks. And these complimentary perks, you guys, are really substantial. Steve said that, and many of you will probably already know this, that they still have their 1, 2, or more complimentary perks for the freestyle that you can get free ultimate beverage packages, shore excursions. You can get ultimate dining packages. You can get 3rd and 4th guest sail free. Did I mention free internet too as one of the perks? So depending on what kind of cabin you choose and how long you sail, you can get 1, 2, or even more of those perks. So thank you very much, Steve, for reminding us about that and for looking for perks. You guys, wave season is coming. Wave season is officially January through March. I feel like it kind of starts in December. You guys are seeing a ton of emails right now from all the cruise lines, right? You've got the reduced deposit sales. You've got all kinds of just really amazing different offers out there. So the offers are coming. Get ready to start booking your cruise. I know I'm going to start looking probably the first week of January to see if I can score a bargain. I'm looking at prices now to see if they actually go down in January because I'd really love to score a deal. All right, that is enough talking for me today. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. As always, if you like this video, please, please, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe so you can stay in touch with us. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and leave us your questions and tips in the comments below. Thank you all so, so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye. Hey, click me to subscribe. Did you know we saw a turkey hanging on the wall and it's like almost Christmas? Mr. Turkey, you're fired! Get out of here. Get out of here. He needs to go.